Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today I'm going to be going over 10 vehicles that you should buy in Grand Theft Auto Online right now. Now all these vehicles are pretty relevant in the game today. They all have a good purpose that they will achieve for you. Some of them are really cool, some of them are actually really useful for PvPing, some of them are good for free mode, and some of them are good to make you money. Can we hit 2,000 likes on this video, guys? Let's see. Let's go ahead and get started with number 10. So at number 10 we have the Acid Lab. Now it's coming in at $750,000 plus $250,000 for the equipment upgrade. Now if you somehow don't have an Acid Lab by now, you are definitely missing out. I know the missions to get it are a complete pain in the ass. They are very annoying, but this is one of very few vehicles in Grand Theft Auto Online that can actually make you money. And beyond that, it is very good. If you don't know how to unlock it, you do it by completing the first dose missions from the Los Santos Drug Wars DLC from last December. Now once you've done this, you can purchase it at your freak shop for $750,000, and then you got to do 10 Dax Fooligan missions, which are a huge pain in the ass, but that will unlock the $250,000 equipment upgrade. Now this will actually allow you to make a ton of money. It will sell for about $335,000 once you have the equipment upgrade on it every single time that it's full. So you can make your money back in probably about 4 to 5 sales once you factor in supplies and everything like that for it. And it also doubles as the third most armored vehicle in Grand Theft Auto Online, which is pretty amazing too. Overall, it's a great vehicle and you are missing out if you don't own one yet, so I would highly recommend picking up the Acid Lab. At number 9 we have the Benefactor LM87 coming in at $2,910,000. Now this is probably the best car for stunt racing in Grand Theft Auto Online, at the very least on PC by far, and even on console it puts up a pretty good fight. Now the LM87 on PC is completely broken. It has a speed glitch that it's had for well over a year now, and it allows it to travel at unparalleled speed. It probably goes like 180 miles an hour. It is crazy fast. And it has some of the best handling out of all the cars in Grand Theft Auto Online due to its really high downforce and being that it is, well, a literal race car. It's also got some nice customization to back all of this up, and a really cool thing about it is a one-seater, which functionally isn't the best, but it does give the car a lot of an additional cool factor, in my opinion, at the very least. I think it's a sick car. It's definitely one that I would recommend picking up. Definitely take a look into it. Next up at number 8 we have the Ocelot Virtue, also from the Drug Wars DLC, coming in at $2,235,000 to $2,980,000. However, you can also get this thing for free. Now, I'm sure most of you are getting sick of hearing about the Ocelot Virtue by now, but if you're new to the game or just returning after a break, this is the fastest accelerating car on last-gen GTA Online, meaning PC, Xbox One, and PS4, albeit to a relatively low top speed because it is, of course, an electric vehicle. Now, it can take 12 homing missiles or RPGs. It does have an armor plating upgrade, oil slicks, and a lock-on jammer because it is Imani tech. And the customization is pretty amazing as well, to top things off. Now you can unlock this by completing the first and last dose missions from the Los Santos Drug Wars DLC. Now completing that will unlock the trade price of $2,235,000, but it will also give you a free Ocelot Virtue because you're going to steal it at the very end. So the Virtue is awesome, you should definitely look into it. Let's talk about number 7. And at number 7 we have the Grotti Itali GTO Stinger TT with HSW, if you have it available, of course. Now this thing goes for $2,380,000 plus an additional $1.4 million for the initial HSW upgrade, and that's not counting the upgraded turbo, engine, transmission, or suspension. So keep that in mind. This is going to run you a lot of money. However, this car will shred HSW time trials like no other due to its record top speed of 170 plus miles per hour, which is crazy. And it has Imani tech available, including the armor plating upgrade, as well as the oil slick proxy mines, and of course, the famed missile lock-on jammer. This thing is absolutely awesome. Now, it's not my favorite looking car. I actually really don't like how it looks, to be completely honest. The customization kind of helps, but at the same time, the customization is pretty bad too. Overall, it's a decent car and it is definitely very functional. It just isn't the best looking, at least in my opinion. That's it for number 7. Let's talk about number 6. And next up we have the F-160 Raju. And in case you've been sleeping under a rock since June 13th, this is the best overall plane in Grand Theft Auto Online right now. And similar to the Ocelot Virtue, I'm sure many of you are getting sick of hearing about it. But nothing really comes close to this. It comes with stealth mode for the first time ever for a plane. It also has VTOL, as well as homing missiles, non-homing missiles, explosive guns, and you can also upgrade this thing in the hangar to change the handling of it, the engine upgrades, the livery options, basically anything that you want to do to it. Now it does go for $6,855,000, which is very expensive, but to put it into perspective, that's only 355 grand more than the Laser, which is a plane you can steal from the military base for free. So does it really cost that much? I don't know. But the trade price is $5,141,250, which is a little more reasonable, but the missions you're going to have to do in order to get that trade price, they're going to cost you a $1.4 million upgrade to your Avenger. So honestly, I feel like it's worth it to just buy it at the full price. But if you want to go for the trade price, you can do it. Honestly, I wouldn't really recommend it though, to be completely real. That's it for the F-160. Let's talk about number 5. And finally, we have our first brand new DLC vehicle here, coming in at $1,610,000. This is the Fathom FR36, and this is the only new vehicle with the brand new drift mode upgrade. This allows the vehicle to slide very, very well. It is very cool to do. The drift mode works quite well, actually. I was a little skeptical when it first came out, but it's actually very good, and it is actually a ton of fun to do. Definitely something that I recommend trying out if you haven't already. Now this upgrade will cost you 200 grand, but it is well worth it, I would say. On top of that, the Fathom FR36 itself, even if you don't put the drift upgrade on it, is a very cool car. It's got a lot of great customization options. It reminds me of something that should have come out with the Tuners DLC, but it just didn't. I feel like this might have even been scrapped from the Tuners DLC potentially. But overall, it is a great car, and you should definitely pick it up if you don't have one already. At number 4, we have the brand new as well, Grotti Turismo Imaggio, coming in at $2,845,000. This is a phenomenal car. It also has Imani tech, and it has some of the most insane handling I've seen on a car that isn't a full-blown race car like the LM87 or the S80RR. The turn-in response on this car is absolutely crazy. You can be coming up to a turn and you can like pre-turn and the car will like perfectly go around the corner every single time. I do have a spoiler option on, so that has something to do with it for sure. But it also accelerates very well and has a fantastic launch. Despite being rear-wheel drive only, it destroys the Emirates off the line, which not to say that's, that impressive because the Emirates is pretty garbage off the line, but it's pretty insane. And the customization that this car has, I mean, it's a 9 to begin with, but the customization takes this car to a 10 for sure. Now, unfortunately, with the Imani tech, it only has the missile lock-on jammer. It doesn't have any armor plating that you can do to it or an oil slick proximity mine dropper, and this does result in it dying to only one RPG, which is a shame. But regardless, it is an absolutely phenomenal car. You're not really buying this thing for the protection. You're driving it because it's insanely fun to drive. Very good vehicle. Definitely look into it. At number 3, we have the Canis Seminole, coming in at $30,000. Unfortunately, you can no longer buy this car. I don't really advocate for the stealing of it, but with the release of the Chop Shop DLC, the best off-roader in Grand Theft Auto Online got even better. It was already insanely fast, great looking with insane customization, one of only 3 cars in the whole game that are submersible, while also having the most aggressive tracking missiles in the entire game. This thing is a beast when it comes to taking down Oppressor Mark IIs. But with the release of the Chop Shop DLC, Rockstar actually added additional armor to the vehicle, allowing it to tank an additional 150 homing missiles or 75 RPGs on top of what it could already take, which was insane to begin with. Now they also added Imani tech capability to it, adding bullet resistant windows that can take 100 assault rifle shots. To make things even better, they also added stealth mode for the first time ever to a land vehicle. So absolutely crazy changes. Rockstar saw the Canis Seminole, they were like, oh man, we released the Raiju, like it's not super fair anymore, like the Seminole's got a competitor. So they added all of this stuff to the Seminole with this DLC, which obviously I'm very thankful for, being that I own 3 of these in game. I think it's a great addition. You guys should definitely look into it. Definitely go ahead and steal a Canis Seminole. Now to unlock all of these capabilities, you do have to fully upgrade it with the turbo transmission, full window tint. You have to put some rims on it, engine upgrade, armor upgrade, brake upgrade, all of that sort of stuff. And once you do that, you will start to unlock these things for the vehicle, and of course take it to your agency with the vehicle workshop to put the Imani tech on. Anyway guys, that's it for number 3, the Canis Seminole. Time to move on to number 2. At number 2, we have the Vapid Illusion, coming in at $1,835,000. This is the newest Imani tech SUV in Grand Theft Auto Online, and it's actually insanely good. It has great off-road performance. I was shredding through the canyon with this thing, and it handles phenomenally well. It's actually insane. And it has even better on-road performance, to be honest. The customization is decent, and it does have an armor plating upgrade, which will allow it to tank 4 RPGs, which is pretty great. And it does have the oil slick dropper, as well as the missile lock-on jammer, as you would probably assume due to the Amani tech. It sounds pretty good as well, and it's definitely one of the fastest SUVs in Grand Theft Auto Online now. The only problem that I really have with the Vapid Illusion is if you look at the front left headlight, looking at the vehicle, or it's the passenger side headlight if you're driving, there's a slight issue. The LEDs just haven't been added onto the headlight. So thank you, Rockstar. The quality control is definitely going crazy, we can tell for sure. So shout out to Rockstar Games. Let's talk about number 1. And of course at number 1 is the brand new police car. It's the Vapid Stanier LE Cruiser, coming in at $3,517,500 for the trade price. I know, insane. To $4,690,000 without the trade price. Way too expensive, but finally, after 10 years, we have a cop car that we can buy and keep in our garage in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, Rockstar actually did a really good job with this one, in my opinion. They added so many different department liveries to the vehicle, as well as other police modifications like bull bars, antennas, radars, things like that. You can also change the lighting module on the top of the vehicle as well, to make it a little more modern looking. The second option I find is a little more modern looking. Overall, such a cool vehicle. You can get NPCs to pull over using this. There's a lot of roleplay opportunities with this thing for sure. It's a shame it's so overpriced, but what can you do, I guess? At the end of the day, Rockstar want to hold this over our heads, so we hopefully buy shark cards. Yeah, it's a pretty cool vehicle. You should definitely try to buy it. It's phenomenal. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, guys, those are my picks for 10 vehicles that you should buy in Grand Theft Auto Online right now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, if not dislike. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. I'm trying to hit 200,000 before the end of the year, and we will see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Peace.